Okay, today I'm going to show you the basics of ring theory. We're going to be using silver coins US. First thing you want to do is stretch a tape out about 50 feet or so, 30 foot, 50 foot, up in that area. And you want to use a tape that has US feet on one side and engineer scale on the other side. So what we're going to do, we're going to place our target right here at the beginning of the tape, and we're going to walk out that direction. Ring theory is used to find the frequency for a particular element. So what you want to do is stand over your element and sit here for a minute or so just to charge your body up with that element here, because it's the Earth's field is working with this silver. And what we're going to do is we're going to put our rod straight out like this, and we're going to walk out until our rod closes. Just keep walking, and at some point your rod's going to close, just like this. Back up until it starts opening, close again, back up and go forward until your rod is parallel to your body. Okay? And at this point you're going to take a tape, tent peg, and mark it. See what it is. 15.2. Now let's check it and make sure. It's a little windy today, but it'll be okay. Your body responds a lot slower, so you want to give your body time to respond, because what you're doing, you're finding the frequency for that element in the conditions you're in. For example, at the location I'm in, temperature, as you can see, it moved back a little bit. You want to mark it at your heel. Temperature, soil conditions, minerals, the whole 9 yards. So once you determine that your mark has stopped moving, which it has for me, it stopped moving. You can go out again from here, and your rod's going to do the same thing. At some point it's going to cross. Let's mark this. We're going to check it again just to make sure. Starts to close right here. Yeah, this one is still moving a little bit. What I'm detecting is rings around that silver. That's what I'm detecting. Rings. And these rings take time to set up. These rings are what a lot of people hit when they use a powered unit. an LRL with especially square wave. Okay, this one is still moving, as you can see. You want to make sure and check it until it stops moving. Back up always till your rod starts to open, and then go back forwards until it's parallel with you. Make sure you get this right, because you're finding the frequency. As you see, it's moving less and less now. It's starting to steady up, starting to get solid in position. Wind's blowing so hard here, and I'm just using a plain rod. You don't want to use any type of loaded rod. You don't want to add anything to the problem. You just want a plain rod, whether it's stainless steel or brass or whatever it is you're using. Okay, let's check this back up. Opens. Okay, that's pretty much set right there. So now I'm going to show you how to calculate the frequency. Actually, these are two frequencies right here that will hit on silver in this area. We got one at 15 feet on the money. Let's check this one. This is always going to be your strongest. Your first ring is your strongest hit, or your strongest pull. So I'm going to show you how to calculate frequency. So you want to say 1100 divided by 15 equals. That's the frequency that you put into your generator, 73.3 hertz. Frequency number 1 to hit that silver. Now let's see what the other one is. I usually do 2. Of course, now I use a completely different method. I'm doing this for people that are out of the country that may not have equipment and still want to locate something. This is 31.4. So 1100 divided by 31.4 equals 35 hertz. And that's for this silver. That's the basics of ring theory right there. So if you do this, you'll be able to find, you put your coins down or whatever it is you want to find, you'll be able to find at least 2 frequencies. Now if I keep going, I'll hit another ring, but the response will be slower and the frequency will be way lower. So I normally go with the first. Sometimes I'll verify it with the second. But now what we're going to do, we're going to put these frequencies in the generator and see if we get a hit on this silver. Okay, we're going to, this is my personal unit. my earth wheel unit. So we're going to turn it on. And we're going to go to the adjust mode because I'm testing frequencies. EWC is always the way down. Going to adjust, and we're going to put the first frequency in of 35 hertz. So let's see, we're at 50. Let's go down to 35. Okay, 35. So let's see what we get a hit on this silver. Get my rod. Silver's right over there. I'm gonna put the generator over here. And that wind is blowing too. Let me walk around here and see if I'm gonna get a hit to that silver at all. Ooh, man, I'm fighting that wind. Yeah, I do. Okay, back up. Go forward. Line yourself up with your generator. You want to line yourself up all the time. This should be a perfect line from your heels all the way to your generator, straight through your body. If not, on the other end, you're going to be off traveling and you're going to be correcting all the way. And you're tracking out your target. Okay, so I'm going to mark at my heel. Now I'm going to go from the other direction, and I'll explain to you why in a second. There may be a ring still around that target over there, but chances are there's not much because this unit only uses IC. It doesn't use square wave. As you can see, I'm still on my target here. So what we need, I'm going to pick this peg up and we're going to track out to the target now. We're going to walk down the line and see if we have a ring, and then if we do still have a ring, let me show you how to get rid of it. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Just a little bit of a ring, which isn't bad at all. I'm going to show you the size of the ring it is. So basically, if I was out tracking this, okay, if I was out tracking this, my rod would close here and it would close there. Now if I dug here, I wouldn't find anything. If I dug there, I wouldn't find anything. Your target's always going to be in the center of your ring. Now let's walk over here, and again, this is my unit. I'm trying to do as best I can for your situation. If you don't have real good equipment and you're using square wave, I'm going to show you how to knock that ring down a little bit without having IC and weight cancel. What you want to do is bump the frequency up 1 hertz. Now let's go check that ring and see which direction it went. Let's see if it got bigger or if it got smaller. Okay, it got bigger. You can see it's closing. It got about a foot bigger actually. So we need to go the other direction. Need to go to 34. So let's go down. 35, 34. Let's see what we have now. So by adjusting your frequency down 1 hertz at a time, you can see that now I'm right on my target. I'm exactly over my target, my rod's crossed. For you guys overseas, or you guys that don't have but a simple generator, this is how you're going to have to do it, by using ring theory to find the frequency for your body, the best frequency for your body, and also by bumping the frequency up or down to collapse a ring if you still have one. Okay, now let's go to the other frequency. What was 73? The reason I don't have point this and point that is because of image correction takes care of that. But this is the, let's see if we have this is the generator I'm using today. So let's see if we have a line now going to that silver still. Now this reaction is going to be a lot stronger because you remember the first ring was a lot stronger. Okay, and I do have a, okay, I'll run out of pegs. I'll run out of markers. Okay, well let's just walk out and see where our line crosses at that frequency. If we have a ring. Getting close. Getting close. See, no radius of a ring at all. I'm standing over the target. See my rod start to open when I back up? I always use the first ring because it's the strongest. But if you want to verify the target, you can always use the second ring. Now remember, the distance to get the frequency is 1100 divided by the distance. So this one was 15. This one was 31. Pull it a little tight because I moved it over there. 31.4. So, and the reason I use this side is because it breaks up inches into even sections to the next foot. So I hope this has helped you, and use ring theory because it's going to give you frequencies of different things. Now I'm going to show you one more thing, just in case you're looking for something in another container, how to get that frequency. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to combine some elements just in case. Let's say you're looking for something, you're looking for some silver or some gold that may be in iron. Now, one thing I didn't say, I want to say in this video, is when you lay your target strip down, your tape measure down, take your metal detector, make sure there's no other metals in this immediate area, at least 10 foot out, because it will affect the frequency. And as you'll see once I add this, you add to your iron or your other element to it, and we're going to see what happens to the radius of the ring, because it's going to change. And this is exactly what the Earth magnetic field does to objects in the ground. When you have silver, it'll condition a frequency for silver, but when you have two metals elements together, that frequency changes. And you'll see that here in just a second. Let's see where this first ring's going to be at now. As you notice, I passed up that first peg. There's the peg for silver by itself. That's the peg for silver and iron combined. Let's check it and make sure, just like you did it before. Okay, it's still shifting a little bit. It's still building up field. The Earth magnetic field is working with these two elements right now. So let's give it a little bit time to get them combined and get the frequencies worked out. Remember, the first peg is silver. The second peg is silver and iron combined. Starting to open, closed. Okay, that's pretty good. I don't think it's gonna move too much more. I'm gonna pick this peg up. There's no use in doing two radiuses. The other radius is gonna be fairly the same distance away from that one. So, let's see what this one is. 17.5. Let's see what that frequency is. But first, I'm going to show you this. I'm going to show you what happens if you keep your frequency on silver. If you keep your frequency on silver and it has a combined element with it, I want to show you what's going to happen. I also have some copper out here I brought. Let me move this out the way for now. Now I still have my first radius frequency in here. Wait a minute. Let me go back. 173. Okay. Now let me show you what is going to happen. Will you still get a line that direction? Yeah. Yeah, you're going to get a line. But let me show you where it's going to be at. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't, but with this unit you probably will. And that image correction might even correct it to the target. No, it's not good. This is what I wanted to show you, because this is what you're going to see out in the field. This is exactly what you're going to see. Now let's go from this direction. Now you see these two crossings? Most people say, well, that's two targets. No, it's not two targets. Standing at the generator, if you look down line, that's the size of the ring that's out there. So now let me show you the size of the ring, just like we did before. If you have a ring around your target, it means your frequency's off. Okay, look where I'm closing at now. I'm a good, what? Oh man. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 foot away. So I have a 20-foot radius ring around this target now. Is what I have. $10 foot. So basically what's happening is that you're digging over there and your target's over here, or you're digging over there. Depending on how your response is, you might end up over here on this side. Now if I approach from this direction, it's going to be the same thing. It doesn't matter, because there's a radius around this target. See? There is a ring around this target. You can map it. Now, let's calculate this new frequency for that combination. 17.5. 1100 divided by 17.5 gives you 62.8 hertz. So I'm gonna probably go to 63, which would be the closest. It's actually a lower frequency, so let me go down to 63. Is that what it was? 63? Yeah, 63. Now let's see what happens to that radius. I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and check. I know there's a line there, but I'm gonna go ahead and check anyway. Whew, that wind is giving me a hard time. Hold on, let's let it calm down a little bit. All right, starts to open. Look down, make sure you're even. Look down this way, look at the target out there. I'm right on it. So let's walk out there and see where the line's at now. Now, if you was, remember, before if you was searching with just silver frequency, you're gonna hit here and over there. You'd hit a 20-foot radius ring. But now, you're hitting right over the target. From any direction, you're gonna hit on the target. Okay, I'm sharing something with y'all that I came up with years ago, and I've done a lot of research with ring theory. And that's what ring theory is about. Now, we're gonna take it a step further. Let's say they have some copper coins in there too. We got some copper coins and some silver coins in an iron container. So I still have silver and iron here. Let's see what happens to the frequency. See where we close at now. Now, copper normally is a higher frequency. So our ring may get smaller. Let's see what happens. Yes, it does. It does get smaller, and I know that just from knowing combining frequencies. So it moved about a meter, which guess what? Changes the frequency. Let's see where we're at now. If you notice, we're right almost in the center of these other two. Ooh, that wind's fighting me. Short my rod a little bit. That's what's good about having an antenna rod. You can control it better. And if you notice, I don't use a free swivel rod. I just find that they're not good. Okay, we're gonna go with 16 feet. Let's calculate the frequency for 16 feet. Now, even though these frequencies appear to be close, you can dig a good ways off your target. And this is a small target. On a large target, I might have a 10 meter ring around it. Let's see, what was it? 1100 divided by 16, 68. It's only 4 hertz, 5 hertz up. Okay, let's see what happens there. Let's see if we're on or if we're off. Now this is a combination of silver, iron, and copper. Okay, I passed up just the silver by itself. I just passed up the iron and silver by itself. And now I'm